We're back, people, and today we're bringing up film on Naquan Jones, Miami Dolphins nose tackle. They added him to the practice squad from the Cardinals, played some years on the Titans too. And I actually like this signing. I like the value that he brings to the team. He's going to be more of like that backup nose. So say if like Benito Jones or Brandon Peely went down, he would get elevated. Jonathan Harris would be more of like the backups for the other guys on the practice squad. But he does a pretty good job. Versus the run, he's more of a, take on single teams type of nose tackle. I would say he could struggle with taking on double teams, and that's kind of where I would like to see him be better. But he has some real value as a pass rusher. Here he is on Tennessee. Look at the hand usage. Very, very impressive. You don't see guys of his size and at the nose tackle position with those high-quality pass rush reps, and he has some good ones. I think he just does a better job versus the run versus some single teams when he can get in control of situations or when he has to work laterally. But then really, really can explode off the ball. Has some really nice plays overall. So we're gonna, break this down. Go back to the first play. Look at him, get into the backfield. I feel like he's more of a penetrating run defender. He can get control of a gap, but I don't think being a full-time two-gapper is the biggest part of his game. But here we go. First, we're gonna break down. Here he is as a 3-tech. Gets a one-on-one with this left guard. Comes off the ball, and he loves to hit the club and then the swim move over the top. Very good timing, good placement to get this to that back of this elbow area, and then swim over the top, throws him by, gets past him very, very easily. Pretty good movement skills. I feel like the Dolphins have some, after Benito Jones is more of a run stopping defensive tackle, but after that they have Peely and now Naquan Jones, who have some pass rush upside at the nose tackle position. Maybe not as consistent as run defenders, but it at least can make some splash plays in those areas. And I really like his hand usage and has a nice little pass rush repertoire that is pretty unique. And here he is getting a tackle for loss. And these clips are from all over. They're from last year during the regular season. Some are from this preseason. Some are from a couple years ago with Tennessee. Here you get to see him just great feel over the top. Another club swim over, this time versus the run. This is natural, just a natural feel for what this guy's trying to do. As a 3-tech, feel that he's going to down block you, get over the top, get into that gap. Do it while staying square to the line of scrimmage. And then close, this space. Kenneth Walker has barely gotten the ball, and he's already making a play in the backfield. I feel like he just does a better job when he can show some nice lateral quickness, some good instincts. Doesn't have to necessarily hold on at the point of the attack, because he can, and he has good reps holding on at the point of attack. I just think it's more inconsistent. He has some reps where he'll fall on the ground too much, maybe get beat by a double team, but he will get after the passer. We've seen him just completely destroy guys. Here he is as a 1-tech shaded nose type player, trying to cross the face, back the other way, hit that club. This time you hit the club rip. You have to strain through it. I like him showing some core strength here, working through the contact, get him to open up your hips, showing some fluidity, getting after the quarterback, still able to get that nice hit, not just completely making the guy whip, but this time having to work through some contact. And doing it with a different way. He has some powerful hands. You can see the shock, the rip underneath right there. Play with some good leverage. And we get to see him versus the run. I think this is one of his better reps when you want to see some guy hold up at the point of attack. He's playing as a 1-tech here. Get control of the center. This is your primary gap right here. This A gap is your primary gap. You get control. He uses that left arm to long arm to create this space to have complete control of this gap. This guy can't get hands on him now. And then once he sees that, this guy's probably going to try to cut back because they have control of the situation. This guy's outside leverage. This guy's outside leverage. Use this to extend and then get back to the other side to take that away. This guy now tries to work it back. You're just slowing him down at all points. This is really good, gap and a half. So, this is his primary gap. This is his secondary gap where he gets back over plays it perfectly. Then gets back to his primary gap. Gives him his players time also to get there and constrict, and that goes for, no gain. That is, perfectly how you want to play it. So, I think if he gets, one-on-one situations, he can win a decent amount of those. And or, a practice squad player, a guy that was cut, I think, he had a strong preseason. Some people didn't expect him to get cut. Getting him on your practice squad is a pretty good addition. I think he's an NFL level nose tackle, not a starter level player, but he definitely has the flashes to come in and be a depth guy. Another example of him playing in that gap and a half. He can be a 1-gapper, gap and a half. Straight 2-gapping versus double teams I don't think is his biggest strength as a nose tackle, but here's another example of him getting control of the primary gap, using his hands, full extension, use your length, create separation. Once you see this guy working back across, you shed it and then help make that tackle for just, a couple yard gains. More pass rush reps. This on Tennessee. Look how quickly he wins. Boom. hard club. He loves using the club. Like, he's got a powerful club. Get over the top, boom. Quick arm over. Really good placement all around, because like that left arm, boom, straight to like that back elbow. Maybe to like that tricep area. That's kind of where you want that to go. So you can, so this guy can't use his hand to get back into you. And then you want your right hand to go back into that similar situation. You get that your right hand to the back elbow, you're getting past them. They can't get their hands on your chest. And now you get a sack on the quarterback. Like, that's just super, super clean. This is from like 2022 film. And there's an example of this from last year with the Cardinals. Example of it in the preseason. I still think he's got some of that pass rush juice, and we'll have reps like this every once in a while where he just wins very, very quickly, which is nice. Here's another. This one he doesn't quite win, but look how powerful the club is on the center. Look at him hit this. Boom. He throws that center out of the way. The ball goes out quickly, and the center does a decent job still like moving him out to the side. But damn, this is an insanely powerful club. So that's really, really impressive. Just some pass rush traits that I think were unexpected, because when he got brought in, I hadn't really seen too much of him, and I thought he was going to be more of this run stopper, nose tackle type. And I don't really think that's his game. I thought he flashed more as a pass rusher. He does some good things versus the run, but I just think this was probably his best rep versus a double team, but this is where he gets to move more laterally. He does a good job just sticking versus the center. Keep working, taking on both guys. I just think when he gets double teamed straight up and they try to drive him down the field, it's not like he gets absolutely destroyed, but it's not his most comfortable situation. I think guys can still climb to the second level. We need more nose tackles on this team that can be uncovered, but this is just good lateral work. Keep working through it. Good effort, hustle, get down the line of scrimmage, making plays. Here's another example of, I think this was in this preseason, where he hits this club. This ends up being a false start, but like he wins this rep so quickly. Like the center's still going before they call the false start, but he hits another club, arm over. The center's still trying to block him. Then the whistle gets blown as he's running after the quarterback. But that's just how quickly he wins. Like 66 was giving it his all here. He wasn't just giving up on the play because they didn't blow the whistle until Jones was already past him, like right here. Really, really impressed with the explosiveness that he can have. The club, the arm over, that's his go-to. And then really good hand placement on that second, the arm overhand to not allow that guy to get back into a decent spot here. As I'm talking about, when he's versus the run, he's more of a primary gap controller. He can get control of his primary gap. And then once the guy is clearing his gap, like he's not going to go there anymore, he can get off of it and make some plays over there. It also helps keep your linebackers clean in those situations. He's there, 43. They all get around, leave that to like a 2-yard gain. This one, he doesn't get the tackle, but he wins so quickly, knifing to the inside. It's kind of like using his pass rush moves here. I think he does a pretty good job as a run defense when he has to basically replace a gap. Like he has to cross face of an offensive lineman and just beat them. He doesn't even hit that good of his left hand isn't even that good. Like he kind of misses his club move there, but his arm over goes and he kind of like pulls him down. Like I think he does a good job here, like pulling this guy down, using his leverage against him, and you win quickly, and it forces Walker to cut back into all this other help, and it's a no gain. So even though he doesn't get any stat there, he won his rep very, very, very quickly. We got Jones right here as the nose player, 1-on-1 versus the center. Control of your primary gap. See that he's clearing it this way. Get over the top. Not like a perfect rep. I think could probably shed it a little more easily, but he still works across, strains through the holding of an O lineman and helps make that tackle down the line of scrimmage. I think overall more impressed by the flashes as a pass rusher, but still did enough as a run defender. I'm like, okay, he can make some decent plays. Like when his negative reps came on runs, it wasn't like it was that bad. It's just there was some push created, struggling versus some double teams. But here's a decent example of him doing a decent job versus a double team where he takes on the center. When you're trying to get double team like this, you really want to square up one player and get control of them. This right guard attacks the low hip. Sometimes when that happens, like you can get really moved laterally. I've seen it plenty of times with D linemen. But he actually does a decent job staying on top of it. He sheds the center apart and then makes the tackle at the line with the DB. Like that's overall good work. So definitely a fan of what Naquan Jones could bring to the practice squad. I think he's one of the practice squad additions that I could easily see getting elevated. Like all it would take is one of the nose tackle injuries, and I could still see him being like not a big fall off from what they have on the roster. Like I think from Benito Jones to Brandon Peely to Naquan Jones, I actually think it's a pretty similar level of players across the board. They all just have slightly different skill sets. So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. I wouldn't be surprised if Jones is one of the more elevated practice squad players that sees the most time, because practice squad players do have a role now in this league, more important than ever. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.